It is Cowboys mailbag time here. I am your host, Tom Downey, breaking down the latest on the Cowboys and answering all of your questions in the process. So we try to begin from Mark, my boy. Aloha, hope the wife and kid are well. She is a very happy and smiley baby. They are both now TikTok famous. If you are a betting guy, do we cut, renegotiate, or trade Coop and D-Law? I like both, but they are too overpaid. I would bet one of them is gone, at minimum. I would say that the options are probably trade Cooper, restructure Cooper, cut Cooper, pay cut for Lawrence, cut Lawrence, renegotiate Tank, and then trade Tank. So I bet one of them are gone. I wouldn't be shocked if both of them were, which I wouldn't love. I would like to renegotiate those dudes, restructure them, and get the cap hits down. It's just me. King Shadow 24. That Jets trade idea, but with Kyle Hamilton falling to 10. This is a super thing to talk about safeties. I don't think he's there, but Kyle Hamilton is the best player in this year's class for me. And that's not my advice. That's the giant human who runs really fast and makes plays on the football. I love that guy. That's a guy you should always want. Positional value could very well drive him down. He could slide to, pick 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I would rather focus on tackles, offensive tackles, like, Charles Cross. I doubt Evan Neal come on there. One of those guys. A receiver, because those guys, those positions are more important. But I would not be mad if Kyle Hamilton fell to me at number 10 if I hypothetically had that particular pick. It would be Cooper and your first to go get Kyle Hamilton. That's my number one player in this year's draft. Now, we'll see if things change, combine and whatnot still, medicals and whatnot. He's got an ankle injury, but I love Hamilton, and you guys know how I feel about safeties. I think I would be foolish to not be like, yeah, yay, Kyle Hamilton. So would you make that trade? Y for yes, N for no. Would you trade Cooper and a first if it got you Kyle Hamilton? Let me know in the comments. This will be the pinned comments on today's video. So if the ad break comes on YouTube, take advantage of it. Y for yes, and for no. From Bark Weston, I hope we re-sign our key guys and get Nakobe Dean in the draft. They will try to re-sign their players. Sorry for yelling and breaking your eardrums. I should have warned you. But you should know by now. All caps means I screen it. Nakobe Dean is a good football player. I think if he's there at 24, I would be all aboard it. I think that the impact he would have as a Roquan type of player is really intriguing to me. AJ Mayers, why don't they give Jaquan Hardy more chances? He has potential. Does he, though? We do this every year. We fall in love with the random UDFA late-round pick. He ran well down the stretch. Corey Clement ran a little bit as well. Hardy was a UDFA. He had 4 carries, a long of 22, and then, 3 carries for like 6 yards after that. Honestly, I think the name to watch here is Rico Dowdle as RB3 for this team. Chris Romero, how much a year do you expect Kearse to get in free agency? You need to keep him. I don't know. That's such a good question. Is it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? I think somewhere in that range, but I don't know. He is a one-year wonder, and that makes it dicey in terms of what the market looks like. So we'll know more in free agency. I think there's a real chance he's back, though. From Mark, tackle was more valuable, but don't you think guard and center are more important? As our base starters, Collins and Tyrone are great starters. Outside of Zach Martin, especially with Connor Williams a free agent, yeah, guard is a big need there. I think you're, in terms of like need, yes, center and guard are bigger needs for me than tackle. Ideally, you can find a tackle who you play at guard in the short term. The draft pick, by the way, of Micah Parsons worked out perfectly. It would have worked out great if Rashawn Slater was your pick. Now, you would have a gaping need along the defensive line right now and at linebacker, but your offense line would be in way better shape. So that's just kind of the give and take. Ideally, you find that tackle guard swing. Tough to find those guys. That's why I think long term, if you can get a tackle, Ekwonu is my dream pick for this team. Be my dream pick. He ain't going to be there, though, if you get to number 10. But yes, interior O-line is a bigger need right now than tackle. The Cowboys Report is also on Rumble. So show your support for the show by following us at rumble.com/CowboysTV. TV. Rumble's another video platform, but unlike YouTube, not always censored, which means I can drop F-bombs over there when we do some fun stuff. So, we're taking Cowboys Report not safe for work on Rumble in terms of language and other fun activities that are not that type of activity. Rumble.com/CowboysTV. Go follow us and support us over there. From Bryce, if we don't cut Anthony Brown, can we move him to nickel, get rid of Jordan Lewis since Brown played better than on the outside, and pick up someone in the draft or free agency? Again, what are you doing with your last 2 draft picks? Your top 100 picks of Kelvin Joseph and Deshaun Wright. Are those guys not playing for you? Because if that's the case, okay. But you can dump Lewis, move Anthony Brown in there. That's fine. Are you not starting Kelvin Joseph? Are you not playing, period, Deshaun Wright and Reggie Robinson? If that's the case, okay. That's fine. Different conversation about those draft picks then. But you are bringing back right now your top 6 corners. I don't think corner's that big of a need right now. From Rudolph Johnson, could Derek Stingley be the pick in round 1? I don't think he gets there. I do think there's a good chance he isn't CB1, though. I finished him up earlier this year, and I'm like, not a top 3 pick, like he's being mocked, because he hasn't played in 2 years. 2019, Derek Stingley, best corner, best player in this year's draft. Haven't seen that guy in 2 years. Hasn't been out there. Hasn't been healthy. There are question marks about his makeup mentally and his physical health. Combine will answer those in terms of medical and interviews. He could slide. I don't think he slides, though, all the way down to number 24. If he does, though, maybe you don't want him since he slid, but talent-wise, hell yeah, let's ride. Who is your dream round 1 pick for the Dallas Cowboys? Is it Stingley, Evan Neal, Ike Mekwonu, Thibodeau, Hudson? Drop a player for me who is your dream round 1 pick. Vince, where would you rank Parsons' ceiling among all NFL players? Really high, right? Like, I don't know if he truly becomes TJ Watt, but, I mean, he's up there, right? He's going to be a defensive player of the year candidate. Like, is he Aaron Donald? No, probably not. But not that name, Jeremy. But when you're building here is the list of players I would build my defense around. Isn't he like top 5? Like Aaron Donald, TJ Watt, Parsons, right? Like, isn't he in that conversation? I absolutely think so from that perspective. So I think that the upside there from what we've seen in year 1 is indeed quite high. Jack Andre, trade Cooper for Tee Higgins and a 3rd. Doesn't make sense for the Bengals. They don't want to take on that contract. They got to spend their money on the offensive line. In general, teams are not going to trade away a much younger player who's still very cheap and a draft pick for a slightly better player who's expensive. Now, when the Cowboys finally start doing things, we will break it down for you here on the Dallas Cowboys Report. So if you want free videos every single day on everything going on around America's team, subscribe at youtube.com/CowboysTV. From Bryce, I said we get Daxton with our current pick up a good QB in free agency. No, wait a minute. Why are we adding a QB? What good QB are you finding here? Do you mean cornerback? Okay, I think that is fine. I think you mean cornerback because you're talking about defense here. Again, are you playing Kelvin Joseph? I don't know. Maybe not. I think that's a good idea if you like somebody. But are you out on Joseph already? I'm a bit surprised how many people are interested in that front. From my alleged sister, if we do let Amari go, which one are you? Let me know in the comments. We'll see if you're real or not. Would you be interested in a higher-end free agent receiver like Cris Godwin? I would be. Catboy's not. He ain't gonna trade Cooper's $20 million to spend $18 on Godwin or even more on Godwin. It's not gonna happen there. From Simon Douglas, would you trade for DK Metcalf? Yes, I would. Cooper for DK, who says no? Seattle does. There are some weird rumors out there of Seattle could shop DK. I don't see why they would. I would simply not trade away the giant, fast human who always produces well. I would keep that guy. So, yes, I'd trade for him. I don't see why Seattle would give him away, though. So, name a player, keep it realistic for me. Who you guys want to trade for? Could be offense, could be defense. Let me know in the comments right now. From Mark, any serious trade rumors for Tank or Coop? I don't think Tank gets dealt. I just think that's unlikely. With his own contract, it's become a bit bloated. He's been kind of cheap as of late, relative to what the average per year is. Cooper, though, yeah, that's some real possibility on that front. From Dodger Boy 28, should we go get Sammy Watkins? Should you, though? Cheap one-year deal, sure. The Cowboys wanted him back when they were like, well, we don't want Dez anymore. Let's cut Dez. And they were going to go sign Sammy Watkins, and they lost the bidding war for Sammy. And they're like, let's go with wide receiver by committee. It was a disaster because they had nobody good out there except for Cole, because he's the only competent receiver because Gallup wasn't good yet. So cheap, sure. As the Cooper replacement, he hasn't been good in a while. He is what he is at this point in his NFL career, right? From Jesse, package Coop and a second to move in the late first for another first. Draft London or another receiver. I mean, I think you can get to maybe mid-ish first for that other to get another first-round pick. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I like Drake London a lot, whether it's London, Olave, Traylon Burks, Wilson. I'm drawing a blank on the other guy I forgot. Jameson Williams. There's talent at that back end of round one. Maybe Jahan Dotson too. Or you could wait to round 2. And maybe you get a new Michael Gallup. That's not that outlandish either. So what do you guys like more? Type in D for draft, T for trade, F for free agency.